Homeland Security warns Canada's COVID protests could spread into the U.S. Kris Van Cleave is at the Ambassador Bridge in Detroit with more on this.
For a fourth morning in a row, Canadians protesting vaccine mandates are blocking traffic on the Ambassador Bridge. It functions as a vital link between the U.S. and Canada, America's largest trade partner. Now there are new concerns similar protests could soon caravan across the U.S. In a bulletin to law enforcement, the Department of Homeland Security says it received reports a convoy of truckers plans to potentially block roads in major metropolitan cities and severely disrupt transportation. The DHS alert says the convoy could begin Sunday in Los Angeles, the site of the Super Bowl, gathering truckers as they travel across the country, possibly reaching Washington, D.C. on March 1st, the same day as the State of the Union.
Any layer of complexity you throw onto a major event like the Super Bowl, it creates potential problems. Potentially, they could keep certain roads open only to emergency vehicles.
Protests are already impacting auto manufacturing on both sides of the border. Ford, GM, Toyota, and Chrysler's parent company are all experiencing production disruptions. Traffic is being diverted to another bridge some 2 hours north, where trucks are waiting up to 4 hours to cross.
It just keeps going on and on.
The longer this persists, Canadians that depend on jobs, that rely on trade, will be impacted.
And right now, there's really no timeline for when there may be some resolution to the standoff in Windsor just across the bridge here. But there is mounting pressure in Canada to get the Ambassador Bridge back open, particularly now that we're hearing about auto plants being disrupted over there as it starts to hit rank and file average Canadians in the pocketbook by missing work and things. That is starting to ratchet up the pressure. Anne Marie?
So first off, just what are things like there now on the bridge? And what could a similar protest here, how could that impact the economy?
Sure. This morning, we woke up to news that both directions of the Ambassador Bridge are currently closed. And in fact, we haven't seen a vehicle come across that bridge since last night. So they had traffic coming from Canada into the U.S. open. Right now, the bridge is completely closed. There is tunnel access for cars, for big rigs. They're going about 2 hours away. So significant disruptions for people trying to get to and from Detroit and Windsor. A number of people live in Canada and work here in the Detroit area. Several of the health systems here had to scramble to figure out lodging options for hundreds of workers who normally commute across the river so that they could keep their healthcare workers here close to their jobs, given the situation in the hospitals with the pandemic.
Right.
What could it look like nationwide? I mean, you could see major cities gridlocked, and if those protests last for a long period of time, that could be a significant disruption. It'll certainly be frustrating for folks who need to try to navigate the roads in those areas. If the convoy is moving through, those would hopefully be short-lived for many, but it certainly has a disruptive force.
Yeah, and what people may or may not know is that the Canadian convoy started on one end of the country in British Columbia, and then made its way to the capital, Ottawa. Now we're hearing about something very similar in the U.S., starting in L.A., making their way to Washington, D.C. And we're talking about maybe starting on Super Bowl Sunday. So any contingency plans at all in L.A. to deal with the possibility of this?
So our understanding is that there is a contingency plan for a mass protest, a large-scale protest, and certainly one of the priorities would be keeping certain roads, like things that access hospitals, things that access the stadium in and out, moving. But, at the same time, big rigs are not something that are easily moved once they've stopped. So, there is the potential that if you wanted to shut down major freeways in Los Angeles, that it could be done if you got enough trucks willing to do it. So there are contingency plans in place to protect the Super Bowl and to keep traffic moving. But, if we're talking about a large caravan of big rigs, that could be a challenge for law enforcement, certainly.
Yeah, well, they're certainly learning that in Ottawa for sure. Kris Van Cleave, thank you very much.
Sure thing.